Hi, I'm Miguel, co-host of the Rapid Return Show, powered by MeetOtis.com. I'm here with Sydney, an inspiring founder she founded Outline. And I would love to learn more, Sydney, about your company and the unique value proposition that you're providing.
Absolutely. So Outline is an interactive web platform that helps students get better grades on their essays by making the writing process interactive, allowing them to build an outline for their essay, but then also check their essay against either their teacher's rubric or a software rubric in order to make sure that they've actually hit all the points so that they get the better grade.
That's really interesting. I think a lot of people would be interested to know how exactly that works. How do you look at a piece of content and determine how they hit all those points in the rubric?
So a lot of writing tech is AI content generation. And I think that's like a big buzz thing. I put something in and the software gives me my content.
Yeah.
That's not really what we do. So all of the content is user generated because we're partnering with teachers and educators, and obviously they would not like it very much if we were generating the content for them. Mm-hmm. But we organize the content. So a lot of times students, they're like, I don't know what to write about. So they start with their idea dashboard where they can brainstorm and free write all of their ideas, but with structured categories and color-coded options. We're even developing speech to text where if you want to speak out your brainstorming, you can. Then students can favorite the ideas that they like the most. They can drag and drop them, kind of adding a kinesthetic element, kind of like the old school Post-it note method. So dragging and dropping their ideas in order. Once their ideas are in order, we help them make them concise points. And then there's suggestions for transition words between their main points, because oftentimes students may have really great ideas, but they don't know how those ideas tie together to make a cohesive essay. So we help provide transition suggestions so that their essay actually flows from beginning, middle to end. And then once they download their outline, the very first time they're interacting with a word processor, whether that's Word or Google Docs, they already have words written on it from their pre-writing. So it's easier to kind of get started, get in the flow of writing their essay.
So it's really a tool that makes it a lot easier to organize your content and also gain inspiration from what you've already drafted in the brainstorming sessions,
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. It's a lot of times students have such brilliant ideas. And I know because I was an English major at Princeton, that was the thing that I struggled with the most. I struggled with organizing my thoughts. I just was like, I don't know where it all goes.
So you experienced the pain point yourself?
Absolutely. I was at the Writing Center at least 2 or 3 times for every single paper.
Wow.
But a lot of students, they don't have a Writing Center that they can go to, or the appointments are hard to get, or they might be at a high school that doesn't have a Writing Center. And so they're struggling on their own. And so that's why we wanted to create this solution so that students don't have to struggle anymore. They don't have to stare at a blank page anymore, and teachers can enjoy teaching writing again.
Makes a lot of sense. So when you think about your customers and your go-to-market strategy and scale, are your customers mostly the organizations like educational institutions, or are you targeting mainly the students themselves so that they can become users of the platform and start using it themselves?
So we believe that ultimately the end user is definitely the student. And so there is a lot of marketing towards students, but we're also marketing towards the educators that work with them. So marketing directly to teachers, to tutors, to independent consultants, those that are working through the writing process with students in a smaller, whether it's a classroom or one-on-one basis. We do have about 8 different institutions, not the whole schools, but teachers at 8 different institutions that are beta testing the product. So we are still building up our B2B roadmap, but really the proof is in the pudding, as they say. So building up all of the teachers and student feedback and really iterating to make a strong product and prove that efficacy model.
So would you say you're looking to target both students and teachers and institutions as well?
That is true, yes. So we do have different pricing on our website for individuals. There's a free plan, but then also for teachers and educators, and then also for institutions.
That's great. So how have you looked at the go-to-market strategy so far? What kind of channels have you experimented with or thinking about experimenting with as you continue to scale your business?
So one of the channels that we're really interested is like student groups, but also, like I said, looking at some of those.
That's great.
Yeah, it's like, so I'm 28, so I'm not in college anymore, but I'm not too far removed. And my sister's a freshman. And so we feel like we know college and graduate school students really well. Like we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, like really thinking about like influencer partnering and like definitely student groups and how we can help them. But then I'm also on the board of several education institutions, education like nonprofits and organizations. And so really leveraging our warm connections to kind of get a lot of this beta testing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So have you started with paid advertising yet?
We did just start with paid advertising. We've actually grown the first 3,000 users on completely organic marketing.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
So I have my rapid returns tip for you.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
So based on what you said, I think, community is a big part of it. Like these groups and these pages where students like interact and teachers interact as well. So I think leveraging those kinds of audiences is really key for having a precise targeting strategy. So what we do for a lot of customers that are looking to advertise to these types of customers is using the data from linking with the communities or social media audiences and followings that you've built up over time, because those are some of your top supporters. So we use a lot of the data all the first party data in order to create a very targeted strategy in order to target both the students and the institutions.
Absolutely.
The students, I think it could be a very targeted approach because you have very specific demographics for the students, and you're able to use a lot of the data that you already have from signups into the platform in order to create those very precise targeting audiences. On the institution side, I think it's more of a factor of convincing decision makers, right? So any data you have on that would be paramount to creating very precise audiences to target those decision makers.
Absolutely.
And you have a great content strategy because you're using the influencer content that you're generating through your influencer activations, any organic content that any student posts about using your platform, the experience and the emotion that they have when using the platform. I think those are really good pieces to use in the marketing as well.
Absolutely. Those are really great tips. Yeah, we've been looking at communities, but still just trying to figure out like the best way to go about that.
Yeah, because I think it's a great foundation and you can really build upon that by using it as the basis of targeting for a very scalable direct acquisition strategy.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So thanks so much for coming to our interview, Sydney.
Thank you.
It was great to interview you. And I'm Miguel, the co-host of the Rapid Returns Show, powered by MeetOtis.com. And this was an amazing company and interview. And we're excited to give 2 months of free pro service to startups, traditional small businesses, D2C sellers, and more. And what it is basically a free paid advertising agency in a box that you get for 2 months. So really investing in your growth and being able to scale in a lean and efficient way. So if you have any questions about your marketing, if you have any pain points that you'd like to share for us to look at it and give our feedback on, feel free to leave a comment below. And thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I loved it.
Thank you.